we have a great ending to our week of webisodes. It's all about snow globes.
Yeah, and we have a snow globe cutting die set and a matching stamp set and lots of wintry ways of using them.
That's right. Come play with us. And here they are, snow globe cutting dies and matching stamps.
Now this is really a different thing for us, a set that actually creates a certain look, like this snow globe, but plus you have all of the elements.
I think there are 8 different cutting dies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8, you're correct. You've got the part that is going to cut the background or the covering globe. You've got this little edge piece, lots of little elements, and then the base of the actual snow globe.
And the same thing here with 21 different pieces. So we're going to have words and phrases, but we're also going to have one scene with the snow, and then another scene that you can choose, little different edgings on both of those. Houses, trees, snowmen,
and I've
words.
seen some different effects where this doesn't actually have to be a snowy globe. I mean, you can use it for in other ways as well, not just for wintry, but I love the houses. I love that there's chilly. I love the little elements, warm and cozy, let it snow, winter wishes.
Actually, we should talk about these pieces. See, they're slightly curved. Well, they're curved to fit right onto the stand.
Perfect.
So, would you like to see an
Yes,
example?
I would.
Okay, here we go. This is a 5-inch square card, and you can see that this has the acetate on it. And so we're getting that shimmery look. And you can see that it also is using both the cutting die and the stamp set. And it's using this frame on top. And that is resting behind the base, which is foam taped. The warm and cozy is foam taped on top of the foam tape base. So lots of things going on.
So in the background, you've got that acetate. So that was cut and it was embossed on. You see in the background those lines there, that's actually the stamp that you can emboss on there. It stamps on those the snow drifts and the snowflakes. That was embossed with white embossing powder.
Now you would need to use the heat resistant acetate in order to do that embossing. That way it's not going to get all warpy on you.
So that is the background of the snow globe, and then this piece was die cut. It also was stamped on. There's a stamp that suits just that piece on its own. And then it is placed over the acetate, and you're about to show that that was done on gold metallic
This is the metallic paper. Now it's not a super reflective. It is kind of a old gold, but it gives you that shine, as you can see how well it does on the card.
But I love that in this case, this was done as the background, and then all the pieces that you see were placed on top of it. So it's not, you don't necessarily have to be looking through the globe. You can also be looking at those elements on top. But I do want to show you how you can stamp on these pieces too. So you've got this, I've just got this little sheet protector here for my background here, and you've, or for my craft mat basically. So you've got these pieces cut out. You can stamp on this as well, but that snowman in particular, I've got the snowman, I've got the snowman stamp. So we suggest go ahead and cutting out that piece first, and then you want to ink up your stamp. This is Gail.
It's Gail's. No one else is to use that, huh?
Better not. And so we've got that inked up, and then you want to line that up. Now, normally I would like put my little face right over this so that I can see where, but I'm sort of trying to do this at an angle. I'm actually looking at the camera to see if I can line it up.
There you go.
So line it up. You stamp. That's probably going to stick on. There we go.
There you go.
And I miss it a little bit because, like I said, it's kind of hard to do from here, but it does fit on there perfectly.
Actually, that's not bad.
It's not bad. Here, I'll cover up. See,
yeah, cover up.
Great.
So that's how you can do it, and that works well with all of them. Some of these were just die cut. Some were die cut and stamped. Little offset there, and you can see what's going on.
And
you can really create your own scene,
really
can't you?
You can add lots of extra elements, and there's that little piece was actually used on a separate piece, but it's still got sort of that tilt. It makes it look like a 3D look. I want to mention something that I thought about when I saw this. While you can stamp that background, and that's great, but I immediately thought of the glitter adhesive for a snowy thing.
Oh, wouldn't that be perfect?
And one of the things I thought, now, if you go ahead and cut it, and then you peel it off, I'm not going to peel it off entirely, but if you do that and you place that in the background,
oh, wow,
then you've got those elements sitting on top of it, and you've got that. But here's another idea. Leave it like this, get your scissors out, you might have to back up just a little bit to see me, and then just sort of cut your own little snowdrift.
Oh.
And let that be the background behind that snowman, just in the bottom of the snow globe.
And place the pieces on top
of
it.
Place all those pieces on top of it.
Oh, wow.
And I just think that would be another fun look.
That glitter acetate just works so well.
You can use it for everything.
We just love it. Okay, so there's our first rendition of the snow globe using both the cutting dies and the stamps. This one is a little different in that we do have our snow globe, but we've taken the trees out and made a Mrs. Snowman.
I love that.
Along with Mr. And they're inside the snow globe. And it's been stamped on and die cut out of pattern papers.
Right, so this is the Christmas Sweets paper pack. Right. And the little frame that you see was done with the red, and you've got the, look at that. You see the detail in the, when base. You cut it with the die cut, it also cuts these, punches these little holes, which makes the sort of those shadowed lines.
And
then just a little, the trees, and color it in a little bit with Spectrum Noir pens to get some of the shading that you're seeing.
And this is, in fact, yesterday we used the heart dazzles, so they're used again today for buttons and for, of course, the heart between the two of them. A little bit of strange looking mistletoe at the top.
And I think that is cute.
It is cute.
That is cute. And then
it's one of the snowflakes, by the way, just done out of green.
Down at the bottom we have Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. That is from the Tiny Christmas Greetings Dazzles.
It is.
Which is just perfect for all of your Christmas cards.
And the matching red jewel border dazzles. So we've got a whole very cute little scene. That
is really fun.
On the inside, baby, it's cold outside. And that is with the dazzles.
So this was done without acetate. We sort of keep thinking of putting acetate on it to make it look like glass, but it looks great without it as well.
It does. Now, this one is done only with the cutting dies.
Right. And this is a lot of fun because it's mostly just using white cardstock.
Right.
So you've got cardstock torn for snowdrifts and inked, and then lots of those little houses were just cut out. No stamping done, so the stamp set wasn't used here. But I really love the background up at the top, in that you cut out lots of little snowflakes with those snowflake cutting dies. You place them onto your cardstock, and then you just ink over them while they're in place. Remove them and put nice little white ones on top.
Remove them, turn them over, so you've got a white side, and add the dazzle. Oh, aren't the trees pretty? Right. And then hand drawn in on the snowman. We do, sorry, we said we didn't use a stamp, but we did right there.
Oh, that's
Baby,
right.
it's cold
outside. All right, there you go. Or you could use dazzles, but either way.
And then there is the snowman on the inside, really just a blue shadowing.
Yeah, and that's the inside cutout from that ring. So let's see, if you bring in the ring, so once you've cut that ring, there is that cutout for the inside. You can use it as a label.
Certainly use every scrap that you have. Right. This one I think is stunning.
It is.
It too is only using the cutting die, and all of this is done out of white cardstock, but something has been added.
So we've added, you see Susan has added the vellum, which you can see in that window.
Yes.
And it's surrounded by blue snowflake paper.
So here's the vellum. It is the dot.
The vellum dot.
And she used the around
the
edge.
Is there? No, there's not. It's just the blue snowflake paper.
Right.
There we go.
Well, actually, this is the suede.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, but the vellum, I didn't know that. Okay, so the vellum is on top of that suede.
Yeah. So you're getting those dots in many places, But the shimmer and glitter
Right.
is what really captures my attention.
And that comes from the glass bead glitter gel. I'm going to show you that. I want to show you the
This
center
first?
step
Okay.
card, because this is a center step card. It's a die cut card.
That's what it looks like.
Right, it looks like that, and it comes white like this. And Susan went ahead and used the paper patterns to cut out the piece that is on the front here with that snowflake paper, and she went ahead and placed it. She opened it up and placed the circle part. Let's see, let's pull that in. She placed this cutting die right on the center here and ran that through her machine that way so that she could get that window cut out. So now it's ready for placing her other pieces in. So that's how that was done. But as far as that glass bead glitter gel effect that you're seeing,
Yes, which is gorgeous.
here's one of the little snowmen that's already been cut out. So there's the die cut ready to go. I've got one of my palette knives here. Glass bead glitter gel. Warning, there is not much left in here because it's been used.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's just barely in there. It goes a long ways, but we use it a lot. Oh no, this one's totally dried out. Somebody left the lid off. Oh, you've got a new one.
I do.
Yay.
I have a brand new one.
So word of warning, keep the lid on nice and tight.
We'll be speaking to someone, won't
how
we?
that happened. Well, I don't know. Anne used it a lot, so I'm just kidding. She did. She's got a lot of great techniques that she used. Okay, so brand new, and that's going to be with a nice seal. So we'll take that seal off. Ta-da!
There you go.
New glass bead glitter gel. That's what it's supposed to look like. I'll remove
It's full.
that piece. And then so just go ahead and swipe it on there. I'm going to hold it in place here. It's going to get around it. I don't think I need a lot of this. I have to say I haven't tried this yet, but I know it won't work. You just want to cover it with it, and I'm going to swipe it right off the edges.
And that's why you want to have it on a craft sheet or something, so that all that excess is going to.
And I'd probably use something like a craft knife or something to hold it down. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just using my fingers. So once you're done, then you're going to
I use a
pick it up.
skewer.
That's
Sometimes
a good idea.
that works.
Sure, but I went ahead and did it, and so you've got a nice layer of on there. This is what it looks like now, and once it dries,
it's going to look just like that and get nice and smooth. But again, we love the glitter. We don't want to wear it, and so that provides it. And look what she's done. She's done it on the snowman, on the house, on the tree, on the trees, plural, but just along that outside frame, not in this piece that's on the inside.
Right.
So it's just beautiful.
It is. The white on white always has a nice, stunning look to it.
It
but
does.
with that blue, it just really makes it pop.
It does. And the light blue on the sides, that again is the suede velvet suede paper,
with the vellum on top of it.
And the snowflakes going down.
Okay, and what have we done on the inside?
And
oh, you've got the border dazzles.
Yep, right down there. And then on the inside, we have yet another one.
So this one is right on the suede. So you've got the suede in the background. She's cut a piece of cardstock into a snowdrift, and then went ahead and did the glass bead glitter gel on these little pieces.
And then the holographic along the edge and also on the bottom. So again, the specialty papers are more costly. So, but you can use them in little pieces to such stunning effects as witness this card. Now, sending warm thoughts is going to be out of the inside out greetings. No,
outside greetings dazzles, right? And they come in three different finishes. We've got gold, white, and black.
And sending warm thoughts, thinking of you.
So, and that's easily a winter card or a Christmas card.
Right,
just
however you want.
I love the effect of, so here's your globe, here's your window, but things are going in and out of the edges of it, so it helps to frame it. Just beautiful.
Now, what about a shaker card? Come on, this is just so perfect for a shaker card. There we go.
There it is.
We're shaking.
So we're shaking, and it's the natural with the snow globe that you can encase something in there. And this has been done on the new Winter's Garden paper pack.
Right.
You've got all of the elements cut out on there, and I'm going to show you the construction of that.
Okay.
So here is, I don't need this. Here are the pieces that were cut. We have, first I wanted to show you this. I saw it on that label, but that was what I wanted to show you. So once you cut that out, you've got this beautiful label that you can use elsewhere. So that's a great part of having this set. I've got this frame that was cut out of silver fireworks, holographic. Behind it, I have mounted the acetate. I cut it from acetate. There's the circle.
There's the big piece of silver snowflakes.
Looks like that. And I went ahead, and you can zot it down. You can use ultra tape. Just make sure that it's sticking to the acetate. And then I've got a piece that is going to be behind the scenes of your snow globe.
And surprising that that's red, but it doesn't look that way.
No,
so
it looks great that way. And you've got some die cuts. So cut the tree, cut the house. Go ahead and glue them in place as your background.
Now this was heat embossed with the stamp.
So it was embossed with white embossing powder, I believe. So I didn't do that, but you go ahead and stamp on that before you put this frame on. I'm holding it like this, but in a second, see, I was ready to turn it over, because what I've done is on the back, I made a double layer of foam tape. So make a double layer of foam tape. I'll stack 2 big pieces on top of each other, and then I start cutting them into thin strips, and I line them all the way around. It gets hidden behind that frame, just thin strips of foam tape. You want them end to end. You want to not leave a gap, so that when you look at it this way, you'll see that they're going all the way around.
Because if you leave a gap, whatever you put as your shaker-y thingies is going to escape, and you don't want it to escape.
And then you just go around and start removing all the foam tape. Now, should I remove the whole thing? Okay, that's what you do. You go all the way around. But then you have to add something to that. And I added, or Debbie added in this case, micro beads, and this is Splash, this beautiful blue. We have this in several different colors. I think we have some new colors out in our new catalog of micro beads. Maybe not. And just add a little bit. You want to make sure it, sort of look at it. Is it going to fill up the bottom? You might want it about that much so that it'll
and you
move
want
around
enough
and
so it's
shake.
going to move. So you don't want to just really pour the whole bottle in. You just want to have a little bit.
And once I have the foam tape off all around the edge, then I just place this red side down right onto there. It's going to seal it in place.
And you know, that's the easiest way to do it, is exactly what you just did. Bring the paper to it.
Because you have to have those beads encased within that little ledge. So I'm not going to do it because there's a lot of foam tape that still has to be removed. You place that on there, and then when you turn it over, voila, you have that nice little shaker.
You have that shaker card, which is, and I like the beads. You know, there are a lot of things you could use. If you wanted to die cut out the tiny snowflakes and have them on the inside, that would work. You can certainly do many things.
To actually have them shake around on the outside, that's a great idea.
But I like the sound you get with the micro beads. So I'll stop now. Let It Snow was again stamped in foam tape on top. The snowman has been kicked out, as you might see.
He escaped.
Yeah, he escaped, but the house and the tree are in. More of the snowflakes were die cut out of the same holographic silver snowflakes.
So a lot of different ways of using this really, really cool cutting die and
but I'm not
stamp
done.
set. We're not done?
We have an inside.
We have an inside?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Gail talked about the inside piece here. Well, where might you use it? Well, how about right there?
Hey, there you go.
Doesn't that look nice?
Just goes to show you I didn't open the card.
There's no place like home, and I think that is going to be the end of this webisode and our week of webisodes. There's no place like home. You need to remember that. Thank you so much for joining us.
And have fun making those Christmas cards.
Yeah, and we'll be the first ones to tell you Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.